Hello, and I would like to show you how to download the Oracle 21C Express Edition. This is a free version, and of course, you're not getting the full, the entire thing, but this works for what we need it for. So I'm just going to go ahead and download it. The one thing I do is I just go into Google and I search for Oracle database download. Remember, we have different versions. You don't have to use 21C. I don't think I've seen the 19C Express Edition, so that's why I'm using 21C Express Edition. All right, so I search for Oracle database download, and then I see this link right here. I'm just going to click on it. That's the Oracle database software downloads. And then I come here and I'm trying to install this on a Windows laptop. All right. And right here, you can see the Enterprise Edition. This is not what we need. Okay, this is the Enterprise Edition. It's actually, you have to pay for it, basically. All right, so I'm just going to scroll down, and right here, I see another Enterprise. Nope, that's not what I need. So I'm just going to click on this link where it says Oracle Database Express Edition. And right here, I can see that we have the 21C, and that's good enough for what I need it for. We have other versions that you can actually look for, and you can use those, but I'm just going to use the 21C Express Edition for Windows 64. Okay, so I click on that, and that is going to download to my download folder. And when it's done downloading, this is what you would see right here. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I will go ahead and extract this. And I will extract all. Okay, so extract, and I'll just leave it in the downloads folder, and that's okay for me. That's what I want. Okay, so the extract is completed, and this is it right here. And what I would do is open up the folder. All right, don't be confused about this one because that's just the second download. But this is it right here without the zip. I will double click on that, open it up, and then what I'm looking for is the setup application, and I will click on that. Okay, accept that, allow this app to make change to your device, yes. Okay, and here you can see it's preparing to install. So right here, you would get to this window. When you said this, you kind of just read through what it says and you click next. And then this is really up to you. You can Oracle free, use terms and condition, read through it, and then accept the terms if you want to, and then you click on next. All right. This is the location where it's going to install my Express Edition. So it's going to be on the C drive app, all of this. You can change it to something more meaningful to you. I'm just going to accept the default. Now, this is very important because this is a password that you would need. So I'm going to put in my password. All right. And then confirm the same password. Make sure you remember this password. And then I click on next. All right, this information right here, the one thing I do is because I probably will forget, so I take a picture of it or write it down where we have the Oracle home. So that way I can set this later. And then I have the Oracle base. Okay, so this two right here, make sure you note it somewhere just so you can remember. And then I'm just going to click on install. Now this installation would take some time. This is where it might be a case of even watching an entire movie while it installs. So I would say, take your time, go figure out what to do with that time, and then come back and check on this later. So I'm going to pause the video and I'll be back. Okay, so the installation is done, it's completed. Again, what I want you to do is just take a picture or write this down. I would just take a picture because it's faster. And take a picture of this information right here because you are going to need it later. You can always find it, but I just like to get a picture of it so I don't have to deal with looking for it later on. So the installation is done and it took about 15 minutes. It could take longer and that's okay. We're just waiting for this button right here where it says finished. So I'm just going to click on finish. And there you go, we have our database. The other thing I'm going to do is, so that you know that we have a database, I'm going to my search, and then I'm going to look for SQL Plus, okay? In the search window, just type in SQL Plus, and then I'm going to press enter, and this is what comes up for me. Now, remember you created a password with your database. The one thing you can do is, if you don't want to sign in with the password, you can just sign in as a system or sysdba. So I'm just going to do, wait, let me see if I remember how to do that, sysdba. If I log in as sysdba, then I don't need to put in a password. And that's it. I just press enter, and that's it. That's me logging in as sysdba. You can also log in as system and put in the password. But from here, the one thing I really want to do is you can do anything you want on your database as sys or even as system, but I would advise you not to do that because you have more power. You have the admin control of the database. You can do whatever you want. And then if you try to query this, you will see more tables than you need. And for the purpose of this class or for the purpose of just learning, I would say create a user, all right? Create a user and then grant the user a DBA privilege. So that way, whatever tables you create under that user, you can always, it will be easy for you to see it as opposed to seeing everything that you don't need. So what I'm going to do, now remember we already created our database, everything is fine. You can stop at this point and just keep using it as system or sys, right? But what I want to do is to see what pluggable database that I have. So I'm going to do a select PDB underscore name from DBA underscore PDBS. Now, when I did the installation, the Oracle Express Edition actually installed a pluggable database for me. You can add more pluggable database if you want, but this was already created for me and that's fine. So I'm just going to use that because that's all I need, okay? So now what I'm going to do is set, again, this is about container in a pluggable database. It's beyond the scope of just installing the database. So I will not go into details, but I'm just showing you how to create a user and then grant a DB access to that user. And then that's really what I'm just trying to show you up here. And so next time you can log in as that user, okay? So I'll probably create another video that, repeating this step and also showing you how to log in as the user. But for right now, let's just stick to this, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to alter session and set my container equals to this pluggable database, okay? So I put that in there and then use my semicolon and then press enter. So that session is altered, which means I'm in my pluggable database, PDB1. Now I'm going to go ahead and create a user, and I will call this user Lee, Ley DBA. You can give it any name that you want. And then I'm going to give it a password, which actually I'm just going to type identified. by, I'm just going to type password, okay? And then what I'm going to do, I created a user. Remember, I'm still, let me do show user so you see what I am. So I'm logged in as sis. If you remember up here, I'm logged in as sis. I did not put a password. I have all this super rights to do anything that I want. So when I did the show user, it just shows you that I am sis. So what I want to do now is I created a new user called LeeDBA. That's the name of the new user. And now I want to grant a DBA privilege to LeeDBA. So I'm just going to do a grant DBA to LEYDBA, okay? And the grant is successful. All right, so the next time that I log in, most likely I'm just going to, I'm going to log in as, what is it called? Lee DBA. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, and that's the end of this video. Let me know if you have any questions, all right?